Hey there everybody, my name is Keno and welcome back to your Montreal Canadiens series here on the channel. Now, I'm going to quickly start off by going on a bit of a rant, so if you're not happy with this, you can just skip ahead in the video, that's fine. As you can see, we're at game 60. We finished the season in the last video, and then EA deleted my file. That's plain and simple what happened, okay? I know I hate to get angry again. I just did it in the Butte Bandits video. I just got angry in that. I didn't want to do this, and then I found out that EA, or not EA, but that the game file was gone, okay? I don't want to blame anybody, but the game file was freaking gone. There have been so many small things happening the more that I play this game that I'm noticing and I'm getting more and more angry about that is just driving me crazy. Now we're back. I just finished the trade deadline. I made all the trades necessary. I had to get to the trade deadline here because Justin Falk, for some reason, wasn't available this time. The Blues did not want to trade him, so I had to wait till the trade deadline. Luckily, they wanted to do it then. If not, then I would have had to give up a first and a second round pick in order to acquire him. I've just spent the last hour of my life trying to figure out how to redo this. I've decided that I'm going to go from this point, okay? I'm going to sim to the end of the season. We're going to do the first round of the playoffs in this video. Rest assured, it's going to happen that way. Things are going to be different, so I'm going to sim from this point to the end of the season, and then I'll let you guys know how everything goes. I'm not going to jump in with any big things unless a player gets hurt. If a player gets hurt, I'm going to lose my mind. I'm almost tempted to turn off injuries because we did not lose any big players at the end of the season there. But we'll see what happens. If I do lose a big player, it's just what fate's decided, I guess. We'll see. I'll be back with you guys after I've simmed through the end of this season here. Alright, regular season is simmed. We had some injuries along the way. Actually, we had 5 or 6 injuries altogether. We lost Justin Falk for about 2 weeks. We lost Justin Barron for 2 weeks. We lost Nick Suzuki for 3 weeks, I believe. We lost Cole Caulfield for 2 weeks. And then just toward the end of the season, I think just around game 79, Alex Newhook went down for an injury. He's out till May 22nd. So fate has decided horrible things upon us. They wanted us to suffer. They gave us the President's Trophy, which is great because the team absolutely popped off. Lane Hutson popped off. And you know what? Someone commented on the bottom of the last video. They said that Lane Hutson was not only up for the Norris, but up for the Hart after how good he did. And I was like, yeah, that's definite. I will show you guys the league stats in a minute. He's not even up for the Hart now. He's not up for the Hart. I'm not even sure if he's up for the Norris anymore, but he's definitely not up for the Hart. And that just is so unfortunate because I didn't even realize that he had such a good season, but the rest of the league did too. So I'll show you guys how the team did in this resim of the last 20 or so games. And then we will get started on this first round of the playoffs. So Seth Shelley had a much better sophomore season, much better than he did in the last video. He had 27 goals and 63 points in 81 games. Nick Suzuki was 79 points in 73 games. So as you can see, his injury really took a bit of a hit, but he did great still. Cole Caulfield, if he hadn't got injured, he would have had a 40-goal season. He had a much different season than he did in the original video. I'm just going to leave that original video out now. This is the new timeline. This is the new format. This is what fate has decided for us. This is how it's going to be, okay? So Caulfield with 39 goals in 74 games is amazing. Yuri Slafkovsky, 43 goals, 74 points in 82 games. He has arrived. He has become a dominant player, and it's mostly in part to his line mate, Elias Pettersson. 94 overall, 37 goals, 102 points in 81 games in his first season in the red, white, and blue with the Montreal Canadiens. What an amazing first season for him. That's a big positive. That's a major positive. Joshua Wall with 57 points in 82 games. Not too bad at all. Jan Mizak with 18 goals, 28 assists, 46 points in 82 games. Pretty good for a rookie. Mostly playing fourth line minutes. I mean, his average time on ice was 13 minutes, 30 seconds. He put up almost 20 goals and almost 50 points. So very good season for him. Sean Farrell did great. 79 points in 82 games. Only on the third line. Under 13 minutes a night. And he did almost point per game numbers. That's amazing. Kirby Dach, as we know, he had a really rough start to the season, and then he bounced back. I think that would probably account for his points being a little lower than they were supposed to be. 54 points in 82 games is not too bad, especially when we're only paying him $5.75 million. That's decent. I mean, I want him to go back to his original form of having around 70 points, 60, 70 points in a third, second line role, but we'll see. Florian Jacquard with 10 goals in 40 games, and you know what? He actually played on the same defensive pairing as Arbor Jacquard because when I did head coach replaces player, I forgot that I'd sent down Nick Beaudin, so Jack Eye jumped in, and they did pretty decent together. Tim Almgren with 14 points. Sorry, I wish it was 42 points in 82 games. 14 points in 82 games, and Yalanen with 21 in 82. So he dropped off a bit of a cliff from his first season. Not too bad, though. You know, his fourth line contributions aren't too bad. Lane Hudson, we already know, 113 points in 82 games. Very good season for the sophomore defenseman. I could not have predicted this. I could not. If he doesn't jump to a medium elite now, I will be shocked. Justin Barron with 27 points in 80 games. Very good. Very good. Caden Gooley with 39 points in 77 games. So I think he dropped off from the original recording, but you know what? This is the new timeline. That's still a really good bounce back season for Gooley. Reinbacher with 34 points in 82 games. Very solid season for him. Jack Eye with 6 points in 82 games. He's now listed as 79 overall. He's dropping even more, and I really wish he wasn't that upset. And then Falk, after coming to the team with 2 points in 15 games. So not the biggest contributions, but not too bad either. Goalies, I think I just ran Primo for the entirety of the season, and I don't think Rodriguez played for the Montreal Canadiens. Oh, he played 2 relief games, 956 save percentage, 138 goals against average. That's not bad. That's actually really amazing. But again, it was just in relief. He didn't even face 50 shots. So we'll have to see what we have here. He is listed as an 84 overall, so he is currently the highest overall goalie on the team. As if you don't recall, Aiden Hill and Jaden Struble were packaged and sent to the Colorado Avalanche for a first and a third. So yeah, Olivier Rodrigue is now the highest overall goalie on the team. And then Caden Primo, for a starting role, we do have high scoring on. 45 wins, 15 losses, 7 overtime losses, 2 shutouts. If that save percentage was higher, he'd be up for the Norris, the Vezina. And I mean, 73 games played. Did we expect to rely that heavily on him? No, I didn't. I definitely didn't. But that's how this team rounded out. And then New Hook, as we saw, he is injured, 46 points in 59 games before going down to injury. So you know what? It's a decent season. It's still you know what? It's not a decent season. I'm letting this whole save file thing corrupt my vision, okay? This team did freaking amazing. 53 wins. I don't even know how that ranks up in their history books, but that might be one of the top seasons that the Montreal Canadiens have ever had. If we take a quick look at the Montreal Canadiens, I don't know if it'll tell us what they've done themselves, but no, it doesn't. But Caden Primo with 46 wins in a season is one of the top winning goaltenders. I think. One sec. Well, I don't know why it shows here that he has 39 wins and there that it has 46. I guess he wasn't in net for some of them. Okay, whatever. But 53 wins on the season for your Montreal Canadiens. Another President's Trophy in this series. We're up against, I believe it's going to be it's actually going to be the Tampa Bay Lightning in the first round. So, you know what? We got to be positive here. We had an amazing season. We added at the trade deadline. We have some good acquisitions here. We have some decent picks in the next NHL entry draft. We're ready to go here in the first round of the playoffs. Yes, as I said, against the Tampa Bay Lightning, we have home ice advantage throughout the entire playoffs, which is going to be an absolute bonus for us. So here we go. Game 1. Let's take a look at what the Tampa Bay Lions are this far into the GM mode series. We are in 2027 now, so let's see what Tampa Bay looks like. Now obviously we're not going to have the most accurate overalls. I could turn off Fog 4. I think I'm going to after this playoffs are over. I'm going to be switching Fog 4 off because it's kind of hampering it. I don't know if you guys enjoy it more. I'm not sure, but let's see. So on the Tampa Bay top line, they have Chiarelli, Point, and Kucherov, who did, if I'm not mistaken, pretty damn good. Yeah, 98 points for Chiarelli, 122 points for Braden Point, and 127 points, including 62 goals for Nikita Kucherov. So they went absolutely ham on the NHL and made them their whipping post. Hagel, Yarncrow, and Roslovic on that second line, which is a pretty weak second line, if I'm being completely honest. They got Emil Heineman from us, okay, with Felice Robert and Nick Patan on the third line, and then Michael Carconi with Mark Kastelich and Isaac Howard on that fourth line. And now Howard's a good, decent player here. I don't know why he's on the fourth line. That's just weird. Hagel did pretty decent for them, 67 points in 81 games. But aside from that, he's really the top player of that second line, and they don't have much past that. So after that first line, the Lightning are a bit of a weaker team. Let's see defensively. They got Sergachev and Chernak, Forsling from us again, and Kalen Addison, Matheson, and Carlos. So they actually have 2 former Montreal Canadiens on the defensive pair alone. They have a pretty solid defensive pair set here. Like 3 solid lines. That top line pretty devastatingly good. And then scratch, they actually have Victor Hedman as a healthy scratch. I don't believe that for a second. Wow, they actually have Victor Hedman as a healthy scratch for the team. Goaltenders, we know it's Andrei Vasilevsky with Hugo Alnefelt as the backup. I mean, it's a decent looking team. Their top line is very powerful, but they fall out in that bottom 9, honestly. And then their defensive core is very solid, and having Victor Hedman as a scratch because you have better defensemen ahead of him, I don't think Matheson should be an over Hedman. But I mean, if they're rocking that's pretty intimidating. But does it stack up to your Montreal Canadiens? No, it doesn't. It really doesn't. We have one of the scariest top 9s in the NHL. I mean, Seth, Shelley, Suzuki, and Caulfield, Slavkovsky, Pettersson, Waugh, Mizak, with Farrell and Dak on that third line. I mean, if Newhook was back, we'd have a pretty scary fourth line as well, because Mizak would be down there, or Mizak, whatever it is. But unfortunately, as I said, Newhook's going to be out till at least maybe the third round of the playoffs. And then defensively, does Tampa Bay have the edge? I don't think so. I think Lane Hudson alone gives us the edge. I think Hudson and Reinbacher combined give us the edge. Hell, I think Hudson and Barron, that top line, give us the edge. We definitely have a better forward and defensive core going into this playoff round against the Lightning. And, well, I mean, we had the better regular season, so it kind of shows. Goaltending might be where it's different, okay? We have an 81 and 84. They have 88 overall, Andrei Vasilevsky, which I think is shocking. He's obviously regressing due to age, but do we have this one in the bag? No. Should we have this one in the bag? 100%. So let's go going here at the Bell Center in Montreal for Game 1 of this first round of the 2027 NHL playoffs. Let's see what happens. First period. And it's a scoreless first period. Shots are 15-9 for your Montreal Canadiens. So we're heavily pouring it on to start this game here. Kind of what we expected. Let's see how we go. Second period. Holy crap. Okay. That's Cole Caulfield opens the scoring in the second, followed by Seth Shelley just 36 seconds later. Then another goal by Cole Caulfield on the power play, followed by another power play goal just 5 seconds later from Juraj Slavkovsky. And then another goal from David Reinbacher with under a minute and a half to go in the second period. Shots are 33-16, and your Montreal Canadiens currently lead this one 5-0 here at the Bell Center. That is a really good second period. Holy crap. We're going to slow sim the third period here. Are we going to add on to it, or are the Tampa Bay Lightning going to try to fight back a bit? I don't think they're clawing back into this one. They have a power play right now, but we do kill it off pretty effectively. I don't even think they had many shots on that power play opportunity. Under 7 minutes to go, we add another one, a goal by Jan Mizak. They get a power play. It's a long one too, and they do convert on it, a goal by Anthony Chiarelli. So kind of figured that, but with under a minute to go, that's it. Your Montreal Canadiens have taken Game 1 by a score of 6-1. Shots 40-27 for your Montreal Canadiens. So if that's how this series is going to go, I don't see it ending going longer than 4 games, but I don't want to jinx us. That was just the first game. We could easily be pushed back in this second game here. Still at the Bell Center in Montreal. I think we're ready to go. I don't think we need to make any line changes. Caden Primo was solid as a rock in that first game. Let's see how he does here. Game 2 against the Tampa Bay Lightning. What will happen? First period. Okay, so Elias Pettersson opens scoring for your Montreal Canadiens, but this time Brandon Hagel and Braden Point respond for the Lightning. Shots are 19-10 for your Montreal Canadiens, but the Tampa Bay Lightning currently lead this one by a score of 2-1. So we're still putting on the pressure. We're still beating the brakes off them, but they do have a lead. I don't know how sturdy of a lead that is going into the second period here, but we will see. Second period. It was not a sturdy lead. A power play goal by Sean Farrell, followed by another goal on the power play by Cole Caulfield this time. That's his third of this playoffs. Very good start for him. And then another goal by Jesse Alonen just 4 minutes later. 3 unanswered goals for the Montreal Canadiens. The shots are 33-16, and the score is now 4-2 for your Montreal Canadiens. That's what I was talking about. That's what I kind of expected that. I kind of expected us to have a high scoring second period again. I also expected the Lightning to as well, though. I kind of thought that they would keep up, that it'd be 4-3 or 5-4 or something like that. Not 4-2, but it's still within reach for the Lightning. It's not as untouchable as it was at the end of the second period for game 1. But let's see, slow simming the third period here. Can we get this one? Or can we keep this one in the bag for us? It's all dependent on Caden Primo. Kirby Dack adds another one for the Montreal Canadiens. We get a power play, but it is quickly killed off. The Lightning get a power play, but we quickly kill it off. I think they only had 1 shot on that power play opportunity. So this is going pretty good. Under 3 minutes to go now. And the Montreal Canadiens have secured game 2 as well at the Bell Center by a score of 5-2. Shots 43-27 for your Montreal Canadiens. So it really doesn't look like the Lightning showed up for this one. And Seth Shelley is out till May 10th with an abdominal strain. Okay, let me take a look at the lines quickly. All right, it's now Joshua Waugh bumped up to that top line with Suzuki and Caulfield, Slavkovsky, Pettersson, Yolonen, Mysak with Farrell and Dak, and then Florian Jacki with Tim Almgren and the veteran Brendan Gallagher. I might have forgotten that he was still with the team. He's been playing in the AHL this season. He actually had 41 goals and 74 points in 70 AHL games, and then 10 points in 11 games the last time he played for the Montreal Canadiens in the playoffs. So I am very hopeful that he can use some of that magic again and still convert for us. We're just going to do best lines in the minors because it doesn't really matter for us. And we're ready to go here, going into, is that a three straight games for the Laval Rocket? Wow, that's weird. I don't know if that happens often. But here we go, going into game 3 against the Lightning, now in Tampa Bay at Amalie Arena. Raphael Harvey-Pinard is injured down with the Rocket. Now I was actually going to call him up too. I was going to call him up instead of it was either him, Simoneau, or Gallagher, and I ended up calling up Gallagher. So let's see how he does with the big team again. Can we get him a first round win against the Tampa Bay Lightning, or can he help us get a first round win? I guess is the better way to say it. Let's go. Game 3 against the Lightning in Tampa Bay, Florida. All right, first period. And it's a scoreless first period. We're pouring on the shots heavily, 14-9, but nobody's found the back of the net. Vasilevsky has been standing strong this game. Let's see, second period. And that is the lowest scoring second period I think we've seen for your Montreal Canadiens. A power play goal by Elias Pettersson opens the scoring, followed by a tying goal by Braden Point just for Juraj Slavkovsky on the power play again to put us up by 1. And that power play has been very lethal for us. Shots are 32-16, so we are doubling them in shots, and we currently have a 2-1 lead going into the third period. Let's see, can we hold this lead or add on to it and go to game 4 with the ability to win? And we get a goal there right as Tampa's power play expires, and then another one by Joshua Waugh. It is now 4-1 for your Montreal Canadiens. The Tampa Bay Lightning get another power play, but we kill it off. So our power play is strong, and our penalty kill is even stronger. We are doing great. Isaac Howard gets a goal for the Tampa Bay Lightning, but with under 2 minutes to go and a 2-goal deficit, that's it. The Tampa Bay Lightning could not fight back. They lose this one by a score of 4-2, and your Montreal Canadiens have now pushed the Lightning to the brink of elimination in the first round of the playoffs in just 3 games. Shots were 47-32, so we haven't had a game under 40 shots this playoff round, and Arbor Jacki is out with a mild concussion. So we're going to do replace this player. I believe that'll put in Nick Beaudin again, if I'm not mistaken. But we're going into game 4 here. Juraj Slavkovsky is doing great with 6 points in 3 games so far. He is heavily but he's finally arrived. I thought he arrived when he had his 30-goal season. No, this is the Juraj Slavkovsky that we've been waiting for. This is the dominant monster of a player that we've been waiting for. Going into game 4 here at Amalie Arena in Tampa Bay, Florida, with the ability to send the Lightning home first in this playoff appearance. Like in this entire playoffs, we have the ability to send the Tampa Bay Lightning home first. Let's see, can we do it? Game 4 coming right up. All right, first period. That's looking pretty powerful. A shorthanded goal by Cole Caulfield, followed by another goal by Jan Mysak, and then another goal by Cole Caulfield. So he is going crazy in these playoffs. He's got 2 in this game. I think like 6 or 7 so far in just three games and 1 period. So he's going ham. Shots are 10-6, so it's a little more tame for your Montreal Canadiens. But we have found the back of the net 3 times. So very, very good first period. I'm stumbling, I'm stuttering. Let's go. Second period. And we add to it a goal by trade deadline acquisition. Justin Falk puts us up by 4 shots, 22-20. So the Lightning are really fighting back this game. But with a 4-goal deficit going into the third period, it looks pretty done for the Lightning. We're going to do a ×4 simulation here because I find that it flies by really fast when I do ×8 sometimes. We have a power play here in the third period, and it seemed like a long one, but it is killed off. We're pouring on the shots now, coming up on the halfway point. We get another power play in this period. Maybe this is a little too slow. It is another killed off power play. That is a very long power play, and it is eventually killed off. We have not found the back of the net again, but neither have the Tampa Bay Lightning. Another power play for your Montreal Canadiens. This one also killed off, so the Lightning are fighting tooth and nail. But once again, we have 40 shots in this game, and with under a minute to go, your Montreal Canadiens have swept the Tampa Bay Lightning in the first round and sent them home with a 4-0 shutout. And obviously, if I check those 2 stars, Caden Primo, he should be number 1. Caden Primo should be number 1. He has done stellar for us these playoffs. Holy crap. Yes, Cole Caulfield had 2 goals. That was amazing, but Caden Primo should be the number 1 star for that game. What a solid performance by your Montreal Canadiens. And yes, so I thought Caulfield had more goals. He had 5 goals in 4 games played. We send the Lightning home first in these playoffs. And we're going up probably against the winner of the Leafs Red Wings series, if I'm not mistaken. Let's take a look quickly, and we'll also look at who else is facing. Yeah, so we will be facing the winner of the Leafs Red Wings series, where the Red Wings are currently leading that one. It's also the Devils versus the Penguins, and then the Rangers versus the Sabres. In the West, it's the Blackhawks versus the Stars, the Avs versus the Jets, the Oilers versus the Ducks, and the Kings versus the Wild. So let's see how this first round plays out for all teams involved and see who our second round opponent will be. Hopefully it's not the Toronto Maple Leafs, because they have beaten us in the playoffs before, but also I kind of want some vengeance against them. Arbor Jacki is back, so I will quickly get him into the lines. All right, and the first round of the playoffs is fully complete, and if I'm not mistaken, we are facing the Toronto Maple Leafs in the second round of the playoffs. The Wild beat the Kings, the Oilers beat the Ducks, the Stars beat the Blackhawks, and the Avalanche beat the Wild in the West. And then the Rangers beat the Sabres, the Devils beat the Pens in the East, and obviously the Leafs overcame the Detroit Red Wings to beat them out, I believe, in 6 games. So that's pretty interesting. Let's see what our team did. We'll take a look at the Leafs lines in the next video. Just remind me. Oh, hopefully I won't forget. But Wah on that top line had 2 points in 4 games. Suzuki had 4 assists in 4 games. And Caulfield, we know he went crazy. 7 points, 5 goals in 4 games. Slavkovsky also did great. 6 points in 4 games. Pedersen, 4 points in 4 games. Amazing contributions. Yolanda with 2 goals in 4 games. So that's very good. Mysak with 4 points in 4 games. Farrell with 5 points in 4 games. And Dak with 3 points in 4 games. And then that fourth line did decently, all contributing at least a point aside from Gallagher. But he was a plus. He was a +1, so that's pretty good. Lane Hudson, 7 assists in 4 games, so he is tied with team lead for points. Barron with 1 point in 4 games. Gooley with no points in 4 games. Reinbacher with 1 goal in 4 games. Jacka with no points in 3 games. And Falk with 3 points in 4 games. So very good contributions from the veteran third pairing defender here. And then goalies, Caden Primo, 4 games played, 4 wins, 954 save percentage, 125 goals against average, and 1 shutout. He was spectacular for us. Did we need Rodriguez? It's best to have a good backup goalie or like a 1A, 1B goalie, but Primo has been the starting goalie bona fide starting goalie for us, and that is just insane. But that's gonna wrap it up for this video. I'm sorry if it's turbulent or crazy, or if I stumbled or stuttered a lot. I was really frustrated. I'm in a decent amount of pain because I got a sore neck today. I guess I slept weird or sat weird or did something weird yesterday, and it just doesn't feel good. But guys, thank you guys so much for joining me and supporting me and giving me so much love on these videos. That's the reason why I decided to sit and try to make this work for an hour before recording this video, and I'm happy with the outcome. Okay, the team did better. Some of our players did better. As I said, I wanted to quickly go through. There was an argument that Lane Hutson, or not an argument, a statement that in the original video, Lane Hutson should have been nominated for the Hart as well. If we take a look this time, Hutson is one of 3 defenders right here over 110 points. He has 113, Cedar with 112, and Makar with 111. And because of that, I don't even think that Hudson's going to win the Norris. I think it's actually going to go to Cale Makar or Moritz Cedar just because of the plus minus, unfortunately. And Moritz Cedar has a higher plus minus and more goals. So it really sucks. Hopefully Hutson gets the Norris trophy. I don't think he's going to get the Hart. I think that's definitely going to one of Kucherov or Robertson, maybe even Braden Point because of the plus minus. Hell, to bring Getz even in the argument. I wish it could go to Hutson. In real life, I think it'd be logical to think that Hutson might be nominated for the Hart, at least a winner of the Norris. But we'll have to see how it turns out. And the leading goal scorer, as we know, was Nikita Kucherov with 62 goals. Valery Sokolov with 53 goals. That's pretty good. I don't remember him. What was he? I didn't even check. Was he a first round pick? I was looking at the attributes. First round, 15th overall. Wow. Man, I think he was actually the pick right before Seth Shelley. I think Sokolov was the pick right before Seth Shelley, if I'm not mistaken. So that's kind of weird. Seth Shelley didn't have a bad season for us, but that's going to wrap it up for me. I'm sorry if I rambled and ranted or carried on or whatever it is. I was just frustrated. My mind's moving at miles a minute. See, I said miles before I even said mind. But guys, thank you so much. This is going to wrap this one up. I'll see you guys in the second round as we take on the Toronto Maple Leafs and look for a little bit of revenge. And with how amazing we did this season and how solid our team's looking, I think we might get that revenge. But I don't want to jinx myself. It might still be a big fight. We'll see. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I'll see you guys in the next one.